everybody. Welcome to the live today. It was an impromptu little chance for me to come on and talk with you guys. It's been a minute since I've done that. And I know there are a lot of new folks in the group that maybe have not been around for some of the other lives or the other programs that I've run in this group. So I just wanted to take a moment and say hi. My name is Kathy Merkel-Roddy, and I started this group a couple years ago because I was actually trying to help people heal their spasmodic dysphonia. I had been so fortunate to be able to heal mine, and I wanted to find a place where I could start sharing how I did it and help other people break through those disempowering beliefs that were stuck with this condition forever and learn how to heal themselves too. And so that's what I've been doing, been busy doing that. And so today I just wanted to pop on and say, I know this is a challenge. My heart is with you all, and I understand how difficult this condition can be, how debilitating it can be in so many ways. But it doesn't always have to be that way. In addition to the fact that you can fully heal yourself, you can also make the process of doing just that a little bit more enjoyable and help yourself maneuver through the life challenges that we all face with a little more grace and ease than perhaps you've been used to using at this point in time. So one thing that we have in common when we have spasmodic dysphonia is the fear of talking on the phone. And that used to be something that I would dread more than probably anything else in the world. And I think it's for a couple of reasons that we start getting this phobia on the phone. First and foremost, there's an electromagnetic field that coming off of phones, especially wireless phones. So there is a truthful element that does sort of sometimes jumble our electrical currents that are going on in our bodies as well. The signal that's coming from our brain to our voice. Sometimes when we're in the presence of other electromagnetic signals, that makes it a little bit more difficult to make sure that that is a clean and clear connection between the two. So that is one reason. Another reason, obviously, the person on the other end of this is not able to read your lips and read your body language. So they're strictly depending on your ability to articulate the words to communicate whatever it is you're trying to communicate. What I want to get you guys used to is the idea that not everybody's judging you so harshly as you probably think that they are. Everybody in the world is in their own little drama, in their own little world, and they really are not concerned with the rest of us. They are really concerned with their own drama at that moment in time. So the thing is that we have a basic fear of getting cast out of the tribe when we are in our primordial brain, which is our survival brain that helps us to stay safe, but also keeps us in fight or flight and prevents us from fully relaxing our nervous system and getting into that position where we are truly moving through life in a peaceful manner and in the flow of life. So little by little, we have to start coming out of that primordial brain, that fear brain that is going to point out to us all the times that people have made a comment, oh, are you sick? Oh, what's wrong with your voice? All of these thoughtless remarks that people off the cuff just come out with. They have no idea what a stab to the heart that it is for us when we have that condition. So first and foremost, we put a lot of weight on those type of comments, when in fact, the person saying those kind of comments really does not have malicious intent. It is not trying to insult us or also really criticize us in any way. They're simply have a stream of consciousness. Oh, I'm hearing a different kind of sound on the other end of this. And they just haphazardly, and of course in the age of COVID too, people got super paranoid about getting sick. So they were like, oh my God, do you have a germ? They just wanted to know so that they could keep themselves healthy. And so all of these things you can kind of understand where they're coming from, right? But we don't have to make it mean what we've been making it mean about ourselves. And what we've been making it mean is that when they make a comment like that, we think that it means that we're less than and that we're unworthy and somehow that we are failing. And what I want to encourage you to do is separate the sound of your voice, however it is today, from your opinion about yourself. Because you are much more than the sound of your voice. You are an amazing, beautiful, perfect creation of God. You simply have an injury. I want to encourage you to start thinking of this voice disorder as an injury to the nerve, the vagus nerve, which is what it is, caused by toxins like Epstein-Barr and heavy metals like mercury that are keeping that nerve inflamed so it's not getting proper communication. It's an injury, just as if someone who has sprained their ankle is on crutches. You don't look at that person and think, wow, that person is really faulty because they are hobbling around on crutches right now. No, you know that they're going to heal that ankle or whatever and be able to walk again, and it's going to be fine. And even if they can't, you're not judging them for that. They have an injury, right? Similarly, if you meet someone who has laryngitis or some other type of voice thing going on where they can't make the sounds as loudly due to that, again, you don't judge them as someone who is faulty, unworthy, less than. You don't discount what they're trying to say just because their voice is a little husky right now. Similarly, your voice is a little husky right now, and that's okay. You may have some breaks in your voice, and that's okay. The point of this whole thing is that you are not wrapped up into the sound of your voice. That is not who you are as a person. You are way more than that. So I want you to start thinking about your interactions with people and what can you offer them? What service, what insight, what gift of kindness can you offer them as you're doing an interaction with them, instead of being deathly afraid of uttering a word because of an offhanded remark that might be coming your way if the words don't come out just right. We have a tendency to then, if that sort of interaction happens, not only does it happen in that moment and we feel embarrassed or we feel shameful, which is not an appropriate response, but we'll get back to that. And we continue to berate ourselves and replay that bad feeling all day then after that interaction. And again, this is not helping us. This is not moving us forward. This is simply our primordial brain taking the control over and saying, aha, see, we have danger. We have fear of getting cast out of the tribe because look at that. You didn't articulate your words perfectly with that conversation. So obviously you're unworthy and you might get out of the tribe any day now. And then also if you do, you're probably just going to fail to survive. And we put all of this like heavy duty, life or death kind of weight to a simple interaction with someone, and especially on the phone. It's a phone call, my goodness. The people you're talking to on the other end, if you have to talk to a person working at a business, they talk to a million people all day long. Their conversation with you is not an astronomical importance to them. So we need to stop making it an astronomical importance to us. We need to allow ourselves to just allow it to come out however it's going to come out, and recognize that we will get the job done. We will get our point across, and simply then move on with our day and use our mental discipline to stop berating ourselves, because we are going to start rewiring how we think about ourselves. And it is not toggled to our function of our voice on any particular given day. So I want you to become more mindful. And as you are beginning to gear up to talk to somebody. You can do a couple of things just to start putting your nervous system in the right place. You could just do some butterfly tapping, which is like you just kind of link your thumbs and you put your hands kind of just below your collarbones, and you just tap very slowly and remind yourself that you're safe. You are safe and you are worthy. And no matter what your voice sounds like, you love and accept yourself completely. And you can even just say these words in your head. I know articulating them can be difficult. We need to start rewiring how you've been thinking about yourself and how you've been judging yourself and berating yourself on and on and on. And we need to stop the cycle, because we're making a mountain out of a molehill every single time we go to speak on the phone, because we have a big lead up to it where we're having anxiety and our brain is thinking of all the fearful things and the times in the past we have not managed to speak very clearly, or it went wrong, or somebody made an offhand remark. We replay all that, and then once it's over, then we replay that one and we remind ourselves again how much we are, lacking. And instead, I want you to start thinking of a successful phone call if you can stay calm. And no matter what your voice sounds like, if your nervous system on the inside doesn't get tweaked and amplified, your heart rate isn't up, you're not shallow breathing, if you stay calm through the phone call, that is a victory. And that is how we start building upon, little by little, every interaction that we have is going to get better and better, because the calmer we can stay, the more the communication from our brain to our voice can remain. When we are in fight or flight and we're all wound up, our brains cannot access all of the lobes. Our brain can only access the amygdala portion of the brain, which is the fear survival part, not the prefrontal cortex, which is our decision making, our creativity, our memory. So it's so important to find little ways to keep ourselves calm. And then when we're done with the phone call, I want you to just give yourself a hug and say, I'm so proud of you. You're brave. You are such a brave person. I know it takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable. You're vulnerable. When you are impaired and have an injury in your voice and you use it anyway, you are vulnerable. You're showing a weakness in yourself right now. And many of us, and me included, did not like to show weakness, historically speaking. But believe it or not, vulnerability is a superpower. So we have to keep that in mind as we are moving through this process, and it feels uncomfortable and it feels really vulnerable and it feels unfamiliar, because we've replayed the other pattern of the berating ourselves and the lead up to it and all of that stuff. We have that pattern down pat. Now we need to build a new pattern where we're going to start intentionally calming ourselves before we even get on the phone. And then even if you're on the phone and you feel yourself starting to get a little agitated, you can even continue a little tapping on the side of your hand. Literally, if you are where no one can see you in a public, or not in a public place, you could do a full tapping sequence. Would just be something like, then you're going from your karate chop point to the top of your head, then to your eyebrow, and to the side of your eye, and then underneath your eye, and then here above your upper lip, and then below your bottom lip, in that crease of your chin, then right here, just under your collarbone, right by your sternum. And then the last point is underneath your arm, where if you're a lady, you have a bra strap probably right there. And you can just keep yourself calm as you are engaging on the phone. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, Gopali says, hi, Kathy. Yes, this was really helpful as always. Thank you. My pleasure, of course. I love you guys so much. And I'm sending you all the good mojo and the calm vibes because this is just an unwinding of that nervous system that is just out of whack because we have had so much trauma, stress, toxins, etc. And now this is the unwinding process, which is a beautiful thing, and it's like an onion getting peeled layer by layer. We're just peeling it away. And so that one day you guys will be sitting where I am and telling your story of how you healed your voice too. All right. Love you guys. I'll see you very soon. Okay.